Council members will take their places. Try to bring this back where we were. And that is, we have the motion before us. Dealing with page 47. Is there any other comment, discussion on this, Mrs. Schwartz?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since I seconded the motion, I wanted to make a kind of a final comment on this. I think what I heard Karen saying was this 4.8 million wasn't anywhere at first, and then the 800,000 per year that's being added into the fund. So I would highly suggest that when we do start working the budget process, that we at least show all of the funds that we have and the money that's in them, and so that we can really be assured that we know the numbers a little bit better than what we seem to know them at times. So I don't think I want to kill any more trees and change the wording in this, and I think we've vetted the information out, and we've gleaned a lot and learned a lot of information. So I will be voting no, but I am glad the conversation happened.
Okay, thank you. Other comments, Mrs. Hiller?
I am fine, in fact, with the conversation has raised a lot of issues that I hope that it would. I'm fine with just withdrawing that amendment at this point.
And I'll withdraw my second.
Okay, so we will show this as the amendment has been withdrawn. Is there other discussion on the capital improvement program and the capital improvement budget? If not, and in the conversation with legal, actually, we have not had a motion to approve the resolution, but the amendments have not been on the resolution. The amendments have been on the material relating to it. So it'd be appropriate at this time to have a resolution or have a motion to approve the resolution of the 2015 capital improvement program and 2015-17 capital improvement budget. Mr. Harmon?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would move approval of the resolution adopting the 2015-2019 capital improvement program and 2015-2017 capital improvement budget.
Okay, and Ms. Del Isla seconds. Any discussion? And if not, it was pointed out to me to make this very clear, and in the resolution it says, what we are doing, the council is approving and adopting the 2015-19 capital improvement program contained in the CIP book on pages 7 to 9. The council is also approving and adopting the 2015 and 2017 capital improvement budget contained in the CIP book at pages 7 to 9. The code of the city of Topeka requires council approval of all project budgets for public improvements. So that makes it the legal aspects of the action that we're taking. If no other discussion, all those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no.
We have 7 yes, Ortiz and Manspeaker voting no.
7 having voted yes, we have the resolution is approved. And we will proceed on then to item F, resolution on the revenue bonds for enterprise projects.
F is a resolution introduced by City Manager Jim Colson declaring the necessity to repair, alter, reconstruct, enlarge, or improve the city's water pollution, and/or wastewater utility system through improvement projects authorized by resolution, and provide a notice of intention authorizing the issuance of revenue bonds in the manner required by KSA 10-1201 at C.
Mr. City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd ask Mr. Gerber to present and answer any questions on this item.
Mr. Gerber.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Manager, thank you. This resolution allows the council to meet its statutory obligation when issuing revenue bonds. As the council knows, we're obligated to provide notice to the public that we intend to do that at some point, followed by a 15-day protest period under which protests can be filed under certain conditions. I would emphasize that this resolution does not obligate the city to actually issue the bonds. It's simply giving our notice of intent. Actual issuance of the bonds would come before the council at a later date.
Yeah, they would come back to us for actual approval going forward.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Are there questions, comments, or discussion? Mr. Gerber, what is your pleasure? The deputy mayor moves to approve. Is there a second? Mr. Schmidt seconds. Discussion. All those in favor vote yes. Opposed vote no. I vote yes.
We have 10 yes.
And having voted yes, the resolution on the revenue bonds is approved. Applications, and I believe there are some.
Yes, there's a list of cereal malt beverage renewal licenses. Staff is recommending approval as presented.
Council members, you have the list in front of you. Your pleasure.
Move to adopt.
Mrs. Schwartz moves to approve. Ms. Everhart seconds. Discussion. All those in favor vote yes. Opposed vote no. I vote yes.
We have 10 yes.
And having voted yes, the cereal malt beverage licenses are approved. For the announcements, if the city clerk would provide an overview of next week's agenda.
Sure. The June 10th agenda consists of, we have 2 tort claims on the consent agenda. We have an ordinance for the Kansas Education and Science Park for a planned unit development. This will allow additional green space for an 87,000 square foot medical office building. We have a demolition request for property located at 715 Southwest 12th Street. We also have approval of the 2015 social services and contracted services allocations in the amount of $631,999. And we have transient guest tax allocations approvals or recommendations for $2.4 million approximately.
Okay, we will proceed to other announcements. Mr. City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Really only one comment. I talked to several council members, and Councilmember Ortiz was quite helpful in putting this idea together, but we are going to be hiring a new police chief sometime in the next several months as Chief Miller moves on, and so we are going to have an open house, public input opportunity.
Your mic.
Thank you. We are going to have an open house, public input opportunity for citizens who want to provide some input on what they would like to see in the next police chief coming forward. So that's going to be next Monday, July 9th, at the Holiday Building, starting at
June. You said July.
Thank you, June 9th. And that will be at the Holiday Building starting at 6 o'clock. And the format is going to be just an opportunity to outline where we stand in the process, what we anticipate to be the steps that the city takes in doing that, and most importantly, just give citizens an opportunity to weigh in on what they'd like to see. And I expect we'll hear what's working well and what they'd like to see some improvements on, and I think it should be a good opportunity.
Thank you. I just want to welcome Mr. Brown. Glad to have you with us. Glad to have Second District well represented. And I just also want to comment on today was the Topeka Gives, which is an event out held at Fairlawn Plaza, where the Topeka Foundation matches all gifts made. I had the opportunity to be there for a while, but the most important thing I saw was there were 113 organizations. Unbelievable. From, of course, the wide spectrum, from aging to youth to jobs to the arts. But to think that there are 113 different organizations in Topeka that you can give money to, but also shows how much they are doing, and it's a tremendous educational aspect for people. Many people going out there, as I didn't know some of these existed. But they're in our community doing good for good programs. So first, I congratulate, acknowledge the fine efforts of the Topeka Community Foundation, where they match all the gifts that are made there today. And then for all those who participated, and to the agencies that receive the benefit. That go to Mr. Schmidt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just would like to say welcome to Mr. Brown. You didn't help our hair situation on the council, but it's a lot better having that seat over there filled with somebody representing District 2. So welcome, and thank you for stepping forward.
Mr. Harmon.
Thank you, Your Honor. I too want to welcome Mr. Brown. for your second go-around on the council. Look forward to working with you, and if I can help you in any way, please let me know.
Mrs. Hiller?
Welcome again. It's nice to have somebody sitting over here too, to work with. Just want to thank the staff and the council. I can't always phrase the concerns that I have as well as I would like to. I appreciate everybody spending time on the budget, the staff especially. I guess one of the things for me is that I am keenly aware that we have all embraced change. We've brought new people on. We want to make our systems better. And so in the process of doing that, to set a baseline that's got the disclosures and the detail that we want so that we can rely on it next year and years after that and don't have to think this through again. And I really appreciate how far we've come and the communication and hope that we can continue to do that. So, thank you.
Mr. Brown?
My mic is still on. Well, thank you for the welcome back to the council. I really do appreciate it. And I just wanted to say again, it was part of my comments, my opening remarks, but thank you to the other applicants who applied. I think it's great that my district in this situation had 4 people willing to step forward and to do that job. I think that's outstanding. Going to do the best job I can, and reminder to everyone in the city that German Fest is this weekend. It'll be the 7th and 8th. Would love to see a huge turnout. Although I've lived there several years now, I've never actually had the opportunity to attend German Fest, so I'm looking forward to it myself this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Ortiz?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. TJ, I'm glad you're there, so I've kind of took over some duties, but you're welcome to have them all back. I did mark that off. This Friday is the first Friday Art Walk, I believe, in Noto. And if you haven't been down there, you need to go down there and walk around. If nothing else, it's kind of awesome. Also, the Fiesta is having food sales. Miss Maddie, this is her week. And she asked me to pass these out personally, and I want to encourage her, so I told her I would. Now, there's something on that menu, and it says Maddie's Queso, and I said, why does that say Maddie's Queso? It's because she did it herself with no help. So, you can go down there Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7, get you something to eat. The Fiesta runs from, it's the weekend of July 15th, but we always encourage our king and queen candidates to sell, and so just something good food, if you can't wait until the July. So I just encourage you to go down, and TJ, I just want you to know we got all that soon to be approved on the, it should be coming through, I believe, the week of the 17th. It should be on our agenda to approve all the resolutions and stuff like that. So if you could help out, that'd be great. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Deputy Mayor, Mrs. Elisa?
Try to be brief. Just want to celebrate that this week on Friday, I think it's the beginning of one of my favorite things in Topeka, which is a Sunflower Festival. If all of you that are able to attend, please do so. Also, that's the same weekend after First Friday. The Mulvane Art Fair is occurring. There's a lot of art. We're celebrating all the things that are happening in our community. It's in my friend's district. And just excited about that. Also wanted to say thank you, not only to TJ for applying and you know, for being here with us, but also to Martin, Katrina, and to Carrie. It takes a lot of courage to stand up here and to just present in front of all of us and just to have the heart to put yourself forward to the service of your community. It's just remarkable, and I just want to say thank you. And my final remarks are to the mayor of Garden City. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for the wonderful hospitality that I received over there. I was very fortunate to participate in a Leadership Kansas meeting in Garden City. Got to spend a lot of time with the mayor, got to spend a lot of time with the Chamber of Commerce, was able to just try to understand how their downtown works, how their whole city structure works, their internal economy, and got a whole bunch of wonderful ideas. They have a lot of diversity, and they embrace it so seamlessly. The public-private partnership is just something amazing. Met one of the business owners that had an idea, went to the commission, and things got approved and things are moving forward in that community. So it is just a beautiful community, and I want to thank not only the mayor of Garden City, but all of the people that took up their time to welcome us over there.
Mr. Madam Speaker, Mrs. Schwartz.
Ditto, welcome, TJ. Also, I wanted to commend Michael Silva and his staff at TPAC because we attended the concert Chicago and it was an awesome event. And I hope that we get more big acts like that back. I would like to encourage everyone, because I know this is vacation time with family coming in, and that's why I wasn't at budget meetings last week, but I climbed the 296 stairs to the top of the dome and went out, and I challenged the entire council to do that, and then you can go down to the gift shop and buy a certificate that says that you climbed the stairs. Visit Topeka has a bingo card, and I am just so impressed with all the different things on this bingo card that you can do and then win a prize afterwards. We have so many people that come into Topeka or people that live here and say there's nothing to do in Topeka, and they have 16 attractions on this bingo card. So I encourage everyone to do that. And then if you turn in the bingo card, you can play the geocaching, which I know the kids are doing this find cash now in Topeka on the internet, and this geocaching is kind of the same thing once you turn in your bingo card. So I encourage everyone to do that and get on the Visit Topeka site and look at all the different attractions. Thank you.
Thank you. We have two persons signed up for public comment tonight. Pam Epperson. Pam Epperson. I don't see her here. Ted Mize.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council persons. First, I want to remind you that there are retired persons all over this city still looking to give their lives a goal. The public library is a good example of a public entity taking advantage of this opportunity. They have employees in charge of their volunteer program, and I still encourage you to do the same. Second, I want to remind the public that my name is Ted Mize, and I'm the fellow that you need to contact if you would like to have pretty fire hydrants in your neighborhood and you have a group, because I will give you the material to do it, I will give you the training, I will give you the help, and I will give you the encouragement. Second, the weather has not helped us with our fire hydrant painting program so far. And I hate to ask them to get down in the wet grass. But I do have some groups lined up, and we'll get started as soon as spring continues. I was out yesterday between storms on 31st and Meadow Lane to time the complete repair of a fire hydrant. It consists of repairing the chain, scraping, wire brushing, masking, and painting of 2 different colors. I'm good, and it still took me 3 hours to complete the job. You know what you pay your employees, and this gives you a value of what a volunteer can be worth. I've taken off my uniform now, and I represent the people behind me and the ones watching on television. Council persons, put yourself as a citizen, your water line breaks, and for a month you don't even know about it. The big water bill is the first you know about the break. Your first thought is, how much will it cost to replace the line? Next is a cost from the city for the water. But I can wait a minute. What cost to replace the line? The next is a cost from the city. But I can witness that Mr. Don Rankins and his employees at the water department understand and will work with you. I do not know if you have a recognition program in the city, but if we do have one, it does not hurt to tell our city employees how we appreciate them. Just a little reminder.
Thank you.
And thank you an awful lot for your attention.
That's very appropriate. Thank you, Ted. Appreciate it. Council members, we have at least one or more executive sessions. If the legal staff would give us the appropriate wording?
Yes, if I may have a motion to recess into executive session to discuss attorney-client privileged matters involving potential litigation and certain contractual matters. The following individuals would be needed for the discussion in addition to the governing body, city manager, and the attorneys. And I would anticipate, well, 20 minutes.
All right, I know there's going to be more than one executive session. Do we need anyone else for the other executive sessions?
Well, just let me ask. Well, then there will have to be 2 executive sessions, and the first one will be to discuss potential litigation, and the members that I just mentioned would be present. And then we'll have to come back and do a second executive session to discuss non-elected personnel. So
Okay.
this is the first motion, and I would anticipate 20 minutes.
All right, okay. Is there such a motion? Mr. Harmon moves and Mr. Schmidt seconds that we go into executive session for 20 minutes dealing with tort claims, and the elected staff, the city manager, and the legal staff would be here. Mr. Ortiz?
Mr. Mayor, if we go into executive session for 20 minutes, that will be the end of our meeting. I'd like to make a motion to finish our meeting with the 2, to allow us to finish the 2 executive sessions and then end our meeting.
You know, we have an ordinance, we can't go past 10 o'clock.
Unless there's a motion to
Do we-
extend beyond 10 o'clock.
So we should do that motion now prior to going
Sure.
into the executive session.
All right.
correct?
Who seconded?
All right, the deputy mayor has so moved.
To extend beyond 10
Just,
PM.
we
My,
extend
my,
beyond.
my motion is to finish these last 2 executive sessions and then end.
Well, we have to, once we're finished with the executive sessions, we do have to go back into open
Right.
session, and then there would
Right.
be an
That's what I'm saying.
adjournment.
My motion is to take care of these 2 executive sessions and then end. Adjourn the meeting. So there's nothing after that.
Yeah,
Well-
I think we're doing that, but I don't think we can do that before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we can. That's my motion, so we can go past 10 o'clock. If we go into executive session, it's gonna be past 10.
That's right.
And if we don't do anything before it, it's dead. The meeting's,
That's why, well, she was gonna make, well, you could make a motion that we go past 10 o'clock.
my motion is that we, that we continue to take care of these 2 items on this agenda and then be done. So if it runs past, you already said 20 minutes.
Yes, so
right?
we'll go beyond 10
Right.
o'clock, and,
Right,
okay, so it's a motion to extend beyond 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay,
to take care of these 2 and then end.
okay.
Okay, so we have a motion to extend the meeting past 10 o'clock. We will be taking care of several executive agenda items. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no.
We have 10 yes, or
And
excuse me,
having-
9 yes.
9 yes. So that is a motion to go past 10 o'clock. Now we have a motion. Mr. Harmon moved and Schmidt seconded to go into executive session for 20 minutes on tort claims. The city manager and legal staff.
Yes.
All those in favor vote yes, opposed vote no.
We have 9 yes.
9 having voted yes, would go into executive session. And the city clerk can leave, and we will take minutes of the other motions that we would not make except when we're not in executive session.